Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we have Moinak Banerjee with us. Moinak Bhaiya, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone. So my name is Minak Banerjee and
Hmm.
I currently work at Microsoft as a software engineer and I have done my college from NIT Durgapur in electronics and communication engineering. And yeah, that's about it. I have been working at Microsoft for the past 1 year or so.
Okay. So how is your work experience in Microsoft and what are the tech stack on which you are working?
Okay. So from college, I used to do a lot of internships. So coming to Microsoft from the startup world, it was a very different thing because in Microsoft you have the freedom of um, getting to work with brilliant teammates and you have a lot of impact to create because the customer base who are using your product that is huge, which will not usually get in startup world, but you can get with good startups who have a massive user base. So and also the pace of work in Microsoft, it is a little slower as compared to startups, which is very natural because it is a big company and it has a lot of processes to follow. So yeah, initially it was something very shocking and uh, not a very great experience because I had to do a lot of adapting and there was a lot of adjustment from my side because I was habituated to the very fast pace, and in Microsoft things were a little slower. So I then generally got the hang of it, talked to my managers, and coming to the tech stack and the work that I do at Microsoft. So I mostly work on making Windows apps, and the tech stack that is used primarily is C Sharp, .NET, and
Good.
yeah,
Uh,
that's about
so now can you just brief about what was the hiring process like? How did the process go in Microsoft? What were the rounds? How much
Yeah,
level?
so in the
Say?
previous question, yeah, I think I skipped the Microsoft part.
Okay.
So there, what was important was mostly DSA
Hmm.
because they don't care about much of your academic achievements or projects. Microsoft does have a round where they go through your resume and then try to drill you on projects and understand what, like your thought process behind each step that you took, but it is not as hard as like it would be for startups because in startups what I faced it was like they went minutely into each project and they grilled on the architecture decisions and the choice of database and why like they went deep down to the database layer and even looked at all the queries and how it can be optimized. So startups generally look at if they're hiring for a backend role, they'll be searching for specifics like how much do you know in backend engineering
Yeah,
and your depth in backend, maybe on the database layer, indexing and stuff.
correct.
And similarly for front end roles, they'll see how you can optimize the front end code, how you can do minimal state changes and get the result. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, as you asked for Microsoft, it is mostly about DSA
Okay.
and I faced there was a online assignment. After that, then there was a interview round where they asked only one question. It was for me it was a hard question on DSA,
Okay.
but since it was a on-campus placement, a part of a on-campus placement, so the difficulty of questions is not very consistent across all the candidates. Some
Okay.
people will be asked very difficult questions. Some people will be asked moderate to easy questions. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So yeah, finally, any suggestion to our juniors like who are watching this video?
Yeah. So if like since you were my junior, I'll be talking to you.
Yeah.
And so if you want to aim for MNCs
Mm-hmm.
or the big tech companies as we call them,
Yeah.
you need to do DSA, mostly DSA. And since you know right now there is a lot of cheating that is going around. People are using AI tools
Yeah.
to get past the interviews,
Yeah.
but what happens is in the face-to-face round they could be doing good in the OA round if you use the AI tools, but in the face-to-face round maybe there will be some barriers to communicate because if you look at a material and then you answer to the interviewer, there will be
Yeah.
some gap, and mostly interviewers are senior enough who can understand that a slight pause and judge you based on that. So
Mm-hmm.
mostly I'll say that for MNCs, try to do DSA and don't get discouraged. That will be the uh, biggest advice that I can give you because during my time I used to be a lot like I used to be discouraged a lot. because there are a lot of things that are going on around us, and where some of your friends who have not studied DSA, they'll be getting good internships. Some of
Yeah.
your friends who are like very good in DSA, they'll not get any internships, and then that will also affect you, because if some person who has really put a lot of effort, they don't end up getting uh, placed or something, then
Correct.
you'll also feel discouraged. But do not feel discouraged, because these are just external things. You can always do stuff that is in your control.
Hmm.
So try to focus on DSA. I'll say go try to do code forces for logic building, lead code for algorithms and data structures, and if you have less time, you can just go through any DSA sheet, given
Correct.
that your concepts are already in place. But
Hmm.
for logic building, people don't suggest code forces, but I'll say that everyone should at least do a thousand code forces till 1,000 level to get the logic building part of DSA. Then you can move on to any data structure that you want.
Yeah. So basically, for any big MNC, DSA is the
Yeah.
basic requirement for them.
Yeah. So recently, also what I've heard is in MNCs also they are asking system design LLD
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah.
But LLD, from a since I have not faced LLD rounds, I
Hmm.
have faced a design round which was HLD kind of situation, but it was not as deep as you like would for SD2 or SD3.
Okay.
So that is, I think, doable within 1 week, or like if you just read through the concepts, you'll be getting it, and it'll be very easy. But DSA is something that you cannot do within a week. That will
Yeah.
require a lot of time. So I'll suggest that if you're in your second year, third year, or even fourth year, just do DSA wholeheartedly. And
Correct.
if you want to go for startups, then the startup world is a little different, where you'll have to focus on projects, and you'll need to build your development knowledge as much as you can. Do projects, get good internships, try to
Yeah.
learn from those internships, and yeah, after doing multiple internships, your resume will also be strong, and you'll get the hang of the startup world and the hang of development.
So
Correct,
thank you
correct.
guys. This was it. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.